Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. It's not the love you make. It's the love you give. The present is theirs, the future, for which I really worked, is mine. A man is born to work, to suffer and to fight, he who doesn't must perish. I was amazed at this man, who, without thorough education or scientific experience did so much. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency and vibration. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. The opinion of the world does not affect me. I have placed as the real values in my life what follows when I am dead. Intelligent people tend to have less friends than the average person. The smarter you are, the more selective you become. I could only achieve success in my life through self-discipline, and I applied it until my wish and my will became one. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6 and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. The individual is ephemeral, races and nations come and pass away, but man remains. Everyone should consider his body as a priceless gift from one whom he loves above all. Uncleanliness, which breeds disease and death, is not only a self-destructive but highly immoral habit. Genius is its own passport, and has always been ready to change habitats, until the natural one is found. We are all one. Only egos, beliefs, and fears separate us. No big laboratory is needed in which to think. We all make mistakes, and it is better to make them before we begin. Our entire biological system, the brain, and the earth itself work on the same frequencies. Love, I recognize the emotion for what it is. An irrational self-destructive impulse, which is disguised as joy. The Buddhist expresses it in one way, the Christian in another, but both say the same, we are all one. Perhaps I failed, but I did my best, these masters of mine may do the rest. Of all the frictional resistances, the one that most retards human movement is ignorance. My wireless transmitter does not use Hertzian waves, which are a grievous myth, but sound waves in the ether. It is a simple feat of scientific electrical engineering, only expensive, blind, faint-hearted, doubting world. Is nature a giant cat? If so, who strokes its back? Marconi is a good fellow. Let him continue. He is using 17 of my patents. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. Merciless is the law of nature, and rapidly and irresistibly we are drawn to our doom. Life is and will ever remain an equation incapable of solution, but it contains certain known factors. I myself eschew all stimulants. I also practically abstain from meat. In the 21st century, the robot will take the place which slave labor occupied in ancient civilization. From my childhood I had been intended for the clergy. This prospect hung like a dark cloud on my mind. Of all things, I liked books best. This planet, with all its appalling immensity, is to electric currents virtually no more than a small metal ball. Our senses enable us to perceive only a minute portion of the outside world.